All right. So good afternoon, everyone. It is September 20th, Sunday, September 20th. Happy like fourth quarter, right? We're going to the fourth quarter. And if you guys do not know me, I am Sydney Lich. I've been with Isogenics for 3 years, and I'm so honored and excited to be on the call tonight, training and educating and hopefully supporting you guys as much as I can. So if you guys don't know my story, I'm not going to really go too much into it. However, it does matter tonight because I'm going to be talking about when I got started. I relocated to a new city, and my biggest focus was building a local market. I moved to a city where I barely knew anyone except for Zachary and Slobin and Jessica, their personal assistant, right? That's how I got started with Isogenics. Those were the only people I knew. And recently, as of a couple weeks ago, I actually relocated to a new city where I knew no one once again. I moved to Denver, Colorado. I knew my sister and her husband, who, by the way, were not in Isogenics, right? Which is cool. But my goal since moving has been to create local community and meet local people. And how many of you guys would be excited to meet more local people, to build a local network, to build a local community that you can get together and do events, right? That's so exciting. That for me, it has been a main priority in building my business because I know what culture and I know what community does, okay? So tonight I'm gonna teach you guys how to maximize something that has allowed me to generate 42 meetings for the next 2 weeks. 42 local meetings with people who I've met online. And it's really going off, it was inspiration from Eden's training last week on social media. And she went in a little bit to it, but I really wanted to break this down for you guys. How many of you guys checked that social media training out? If you didn't, go check it out. It's on the YouTube page, it's in the Facebook group. You know, type in the date, you'll be able to find it. But right now, social media is one of the only ways that we can communicate with people. We have to learn social media, okay? And I'll admit that I resisted this area of social media. I was big on Instagram, but I wasn't super big on Facebook. And it's not even just Facebook, it's Facebook groups. And when I moved to Denver, I know that whatever I resist, right? Like Zach and Noah's teach us and train us, whatever we resist holds the key to our freedom. And so I moved to Denver and I was like, I got to meet local people, but it's just not happening for me on Instagram. It's like what I'm doing is just not working. I got to find something else. And I went in, I'm going to show you guys what you can do, tell you guys what you can do. I went into Facebook groups and it was like a game changer for me. To set up as many meetings as I did in these next 2 weeks on Instagram or, when I moved to California, probably took me 10 times the amount of time. It was so fast, so simple, and I'm going to show you guys what it takes and really break it down for you guys. So just to give you guys some perspective, Instagram has about 1 billion users, okay? Facebook has 2.7 billion users, active users. That means they've been on within the last year, right? And so when you're building a local market, what you want to do is get into these Facebook groups. You want to get into these Facebook groups and you really want to be active in them, maximize them. And here's the deal. Nothing feels more empowering or as empowering as taking ownership of your team and your organization. And through Facebook groups, you have an opportunity to do that at a local level. You can do it on the, if you're in Florida and you want to meet someone in California, you can go to those different groups. But for me, being really targeted in my search became really important because I know I can enroll a onesie twosie in Michigan and, Minnesota. But then what about the people who are local to me? Why don't I maximize that network? And for me, that is like my primary focus. And so Facebook groups, the ones that I joined, all I did was I went into Facebook and I searched Denver in the groups section. So I went to the group section, I searched Denver, and I joined them all. I joined every single Facebook group that would let me in. I didn't care if it was buy, sell, trade stuff. I didn't care if it was women's 20s and 30s groups. I didn't care if it was Denver moms, right? There's so many niche groups that you could join, but look locally because they're there if you search for them. Also, I'm going to be checking in the comments. Okay. Yeah. So going into your local market, maybe you're in Montreal, search Montreal and it's going to populate a bunch. Join them all. You're looking for locations, you're looking for hobbies, you're looking for qualities of people, right? High quantities of people in these Facebook groups, but also finding niche groups. So for me, a niche was Denver women's 20s and 30s. And that has been like huge for me. I've met probably 35 of the total 42 meetings that I have booked through that one group, okay? So what you wanna do, you don't wanna just join those groups. When I first thought of Facebook groups, I was like, doesn't feel like it's for me. It feels like it's for moms or people that are just trying to sell stuff, right? But if you can join these local groups that are having free activities, get-togethers, those kinds of things, those people are looking for community. Those people are looking for solutions to some question they have. So when you get in the Facebook group, your job is to be one of the highest interactors in that group. So you want to post, you want to comment, you want to add people. Don't be skimpy. Provide value. So I'm going to give you guys examples of everything I've posted up until today. I'm going to give you guys like word for word examples, but providing value. If you see someone ask a question about who's the best local spray tanner, I don't know, I'm brand new, but I'm going to go find someone in Yelp. And I'm going to go see if they're a 5-star rating, and I'm going to link that to that person so I can provide that value. And then I can reach out to that person individually and say, hey, I saw you needed a spray tanner. This one's great. Here's a link, right? Provide the value, but also ask questions and ask for support. So if there's something that you've been wanting to do, if you're into volleyball, right? Maybe go in the group and say, hey, who here plays volleyball locally? Or, hey, is there any yoga classes locally? Post what you like to do. The biggest thing I can recommend all of us do in this business is go live our lives and have fun and have hobbies and, have things that make us unique. Moms, right? Moms is a huge thing. Go get involved in those groups, live your life, and enroll people through the process. It's supposed to be fun. If you guys are not having fun building this business, you're truly not doing it right? So get creative and start things. For me, I'm going to give you guys examples again. So one question I asked, I said, are there any good outdoor yoga groups in Denver? Whole list of things, right? So I added all those people. I thanked them for recommending yoga. And then what I did, I didn't just wait and go to a yoga class and go by myself, right? I posted the next day. I said, hey, guys, there's a yoga class at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Who wants to join? And I got 7 people to commit. 7 people I don't even know. They're like, yeah, I want to go to yoga. Yeah, that sounds great. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing, right? And I followed up, I put them on a group message. I was like, hey guys, if you want to come to yoga, we're meeting here at this time on Sunday. I cannot wait to meet all of you. I did not wait for someone else to invite me to something and then just go along, right? So I took information people gave me and I recycled it and then provided value for people. You don't have to be the expert in your city or in your Facebook group to be able to learn something and then provide value. Say another one I did, hey everyone, any local volleyball leagues I can join, and then I put my own group together, right? If I didn't have a lot of response, I said, hey, if anyone wants to join a local volleyball group, I'm gonna put one together. Comment below or message me and add me as a friend if you wanna join. Have like 12 girls join. 12 girls wanted to, I could freaking start a whole new league, right? People are dying for culture and community right now. This is like the optimal time. People can't get out of their house. So if they can, go socially distance yoga, right? Be with your state's like guidelines, be flexible with that, obviously. If you can't do big groups, do one-on-one coffee meetings, right? Another thing I brought up, hey ladies, I posted all these in the Women's Denver group. So obviously just, customize it to your demographic. But I said, hey ladies, okay, I'm literally reading these word for word of what I posted. Said, hey ladies, okay, I just moved and I'm meeting so many of you. I need recommendations for the following: facials, hair for blondes, mani-pedis, coffee shops, right? Gyms. Also, any groups that are getting together. Thanks in advance. And I go and I add all those people. And I thank them if they recommend something to me. It's just like thanking people for recommending things, right? And building that relationship, saying, hey, I'd love to grab coffee with you. I'm gonna also teach you how to transition into in-person meetings or Zoom belly to belly, okay? Another thing I posted, hey all, I officially just moved to Denver yesterday. I'm looking to expand my network and meet new people. Love coffee dates and I love walks. Social distance, right? I put that in there. Let me know if you wanna get together. So many comments. And if you guys want to take these, like I recommend write them down and just repost them and customize them for your demographics, right? Another one, hey ladies, I need to do a photo shoot. Hey guys, what are the best gyms in Cherry Creek? I'm moving there. I like young and good energy. Just like so many random, everything I need a recommendation for, even if I can figure it out myself, I'm going to post it in that group and just see what happens. The highest engagement I got on a post, which I really recommend posting in Facebook groups, okay? Hey, you guys, I'm big on connecting with people on Instagram, Would love if you guys all dropped your Instagram links below. 200 comments. Everyone wants to be seen. Everyone wants you to go follow them on Instagram. And so guess what? Some of them didn't link it properly. So I had to copy, I had to paste it into Instagram. I had to search them, follow them, and message them. Hey girl, I saw you from the Facebook group. So good to hear from you. I'd love to get connected and see what you're up to. And guess what? If you are posting on social media, like Eden described last week, consistently, right, on brand, they're going to go to your Instagram and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, Susie is crushing it in something. What do you do? Right? They're going to look at your stuff, and that is your edifier. That is what you use social media for. You don't use social media for people to just come to you, right? You got to do the work to get people to come to you. There's so much noise, but if you can genuinely be interested in other people, build those relationships on social media and have them look at your stuff, they're going to be like, what are you doing? Right? Here's the deal. Not everyone will be your prospect, right? Not everyone's going to be like, I want to join your business. I just saw your Instagram page. You're amazing. You're incredible. I'm signing up. Here's my credit card. That's not how it works, right? For me, out of probably 300 people, I had one so far reach out to me and say, hey, you look like a bad ASS. I love what you're doing. I want to learn about network marketing. When are you free to meet? One person, but that one person was worth it for me. That one person was worth it for me. So here's the deal. Adding people and doing the work is really important. A lot of us think, okay, we can post in this group. We can lackadaisically just like, post something, throw something up, and we don't have to do the follow-up. If they want to reach out to me, they will. It's not how it works. If you really want to be empowered and feel like you're building your business actively versus passively, you got to add them as friends. You got to follow them, whatever platform you're on, and you get to comment and like their stuff. You get to support their stuff. Identify the ones that you don't really think you're going to want to do business with. Identify the ones you do. Focus on those ones. Reach out to them with no intention necessarily of doing business with them, but all the intention in the world of building a genuine connection with them. So you got to reach out. And this is what you can say. Hey, I saw that you were in the group. I wanted to reach out. I'm brand new, or I've been here for 5 years, but my primary intention of 2020 is to build local networks and build community. I'd love to meet up with you. Right? It's complimenting them. Hey, I saw that you were at a yoga class. You look like you're so fit. I'm all about connecting with fit, high vibe, like-minded people. You look like that. I'd love to grab coffee with you and just connect. People want to make friends right now. Can you all agree that during COVID, you appreciate friendships, you appreciate in-person relationships? We have to be the ones to initiate friendships right now. People are scared. People are intimidated. People are like, are they going to take it personally if I'm trying to get together with them in COVID? Probably, maybe, I don't know. I haven't had anybody have an issue with it, not one person. But it is our job to reach out to those people. It's the same as in person, but compliment them. Say, what you're looking to do. And again, like Zach and Eden have always trained, the truth is enough. You don't have to be fancy. You don't have to sugarcoat it. You don't have to jump in for the kill and say, hey, I'm looking to, find local business partners and I want to enroll you into my team. That's not how I personally approach it. I might say, hey, I see that you're super business minded. I feel like we could have some synergy in business together. I'd love to meet up and grab coffee and just see where it goes. But for me, I'm genuinely looking to see if I even want to be in relationship with that person. I don't know yet. You cannot tell online. But again, this is going to take work. So if you guys don't want to commit the time to investing into these people and meeting new people and leaving the door open for opportunities, that's okay. But I swear, you guys, these Facebook pages, I'm like, why did I not do this 3 years ago? Because it is fun. It has been a game changer for me, and I've already met such amazing people. Biggest thing I can recommend is get them offline as soon as possible, right? How many of you guys can agree that when we're on Instagram and we're going back and forth, or we're on Facebook and we're going back and forth, it can take a long time to get responses. You get ignored sometimes, you take it personally, and then you don't reach out to them again and you feel like it doesn't work. How many of you guys ever have that experience? Yeah? Okay, good. I'm not alone. Here's the deal. I don't go back and forth in conversation much. I am like, hey, if you want to get together and connect, I'm all about it. I don't have a lot of time to just like sit here and chat. I just don't. I'm very busy. I already have like 10 other meetings tomorrow, but I would love to sit down and connect with you for coffee. When are you free? Tuesday, Thursday, 5 or 6. So easy. And people honor that posture. Even if you have to fake it until you are good at it, it can take time, but honor your schedule. And if you guys honor your schedule and your time, they're going to as well. And again, this might take a little bit more time and a little bit more investment. Because guess what? I go to that coffee meeting and I'm not just like, okay, so we need to talk about network marketing. Do you want to join my pyramid scheme? No, we don't do that, right? We're about networking. We're about building relationships. And so how do you invite people to take a look, right? Oh gosh, sorry. I just spilled my water. Next, we want to invite them to take a look, but often it doesn't happen necessarily in that first connection with me. I like to sit there and build that relationship, and I make it about them. I'm like, what do you do? Tell me your story. I'm genuinely curious. I want to become friends with these people, because if I can't be friends with these people and sit with them at coffee for 25, 30 minutes and learn about them, there's no way I'm going to want to go to the Grand Cayman Islands on vacation with them when we win a trip, right? Because that's what I'm thinking. If this person's going to join my business, do I want to go to events with them? Are they someone I'd like to talk to every single day? And so I'm pre-qualifying them. And when they're sitting there, they're like, okay, this girl isn't just trying to sell me. She's not just trying to, she genuinely cares about me. And that shocks people. When you genuinely care about other people, it will shock them, especially if they've seen your social media and they're like, oh, you're in network marketing. You're in one of those things. I've had people say that. And I'm like, yeah, I am in one of those things. And I'm so proud to be a part of it. But I'm not just here to sell you on my product. I don't care if you join my team. I care about building relationships. And if it ends up working out that way, great. And I will be so straight up with those people. And more often than not, those people are excited. They're way more excited about like learning about what I do, because it's not what they think, right? And then might be once I leave, might be in the middle of the conversation, once they open that door to, I've been, gaining the quarantine 15, or they're complaining about going to their job, I'll sneak little things in. I'll just say, hey, I can really support you in that. That's what I do for work. Or, I really love to support you in that. Now might not be the right time, but I'd really love to support you. Plant those little seeds. Again, I'm not jumping on it. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have this weight loss solution and it's amazing. You can have that passion. But if you really want people to be like, okay, what are they doing? Like, lean back a little bit. It's like dating. If I like jump on the guy I'm dating and I'm like, marry me, he's going to be like, what? Don't do that with your prospects. Like, allow them to kind of come to you and be so rock solid in your belief in isogenics and network marketing and yourself and these products that you don't have to be that pushy person. You don't have to like force this on people. They're going to want to join you because of who you are and how you show up in that meeting or on that Zoom call, right? This doesn't have to be a meeting. This can be a Zoom call. It's the same thing. Just connecting with people. I teach my team, like, ask them questions. Be more curious about them than you are about yourself. Be more curious about other people than you are about yourself. I gotta check these. So true. Sorry. She's like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm not here to sell you on anything. It's literally, I want you to be a part of something that I'm creating. But I also share, when they ask me what I do, I say, I'm with a network marketing company. Are you familiar with isogenics? Usually they say no. I tell them a little bit, and I say, my goal is to build this Denver community to 100 to 200 people by early next year at local events every week. That's like my vision. I want to create this huge, massive culture and community here in Denver. And then people are like, wait, what? Okay, that sounds cool. Tell me more. It's pretty simple. Let your social media, rather than being the thing that hooks people in, let it just over and over drip on them, right? These Facebook groups, they're great, but if you don't do anything with them, if you don't go in there and interact with people, provide value, ask questions, message those people, follow up, right? Be in integrity with your word. If you're going to put together a group for volleyball, do it. If you're going to go to church and you're asking everyone for their recommendations, thank them. If you were talking to someone and they were like, oh, go to this church, I wouldn't just like walk away. I'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the recommendation. I really appreciate you taking your time to give me the recommendation. I'd love to go to church with you next week. right? Just go out there and get on a limb. But again, with these Facebook groups, guys, with social media in general, and she was so masterful when she talked about all of the different platforms last week. But the biggest thing to understand is this takes long-term gratification. But if you want to build a strong team, a strong local market, you have to be willing to do what it takes. You have to be willing to put in the time. And it's a no excuses mentality, right? It is a no excuses mentality. Not one of you guys can sit on here and tell me like, oh, I don't have the access you have. All of us are locked in our houses. We're all dealing with the same few social media platforms. But if you're not willing to put in the time and work it and build those relationships with people, every single day you're wasting time by not building relationships with people. Every day that passes that you don't build relationships with people without the mindset of like, if they don't come in my business this week, I don't want anything to do with them. But what if I do talk to this person every single day for the next 12 months and then they finally join and they become a Laura Stevens and they go millionaire in 14 months or however long she did it, right? Would that be worth it? Yes or no? And if it's a yes, having that long-term gratification and not making excuses of like, oh, I don't have time to post in those groups. I don't have time to interact. If it's important to you, you will make time. And if you make time for those things that are important, that will maximize all the time you are putting in, you will get such a return on investment. But what I know is that most people won't do it. And because of that, in a year from now, you might be in the same place in your business that you are right now. And that's okay. But this is like a zero excuses. Doesn't matter what your following is. Doesn't matter how many Facebook friends you have. This is something that is fair game to all. Zero excuses. Oh, well, I'm not out. I don't have time because I'm at work. I can't go out in person. Do a Zoom call. 20 minutes. For me, local community and local team, when I see these huge teams, it all started locally. Audrey and James McLeod. It all started locally with 2 people in their living room. Right? And now they have, like, when COVID's not happening, literally so many people that come every single week to their community events. It takes time. Right? Be willing to step into your leadership and create the change. Because when I was waiting in San Diego for someone to do it, nothing happened. Nothing happened. And then every single week, Antonio can vouch for me, every single week after week, I'd do an event. Sometimes there'd be no new people. Sometimes there was weeks where there weren't any people. There was literally 0 people, except for me and the person who owned the gym. And he's like, you're really going to max this gym out? Really? You're going to have this thing filled and there's no one here, right? And again, local events, it's really challenging right now, but either way, you got to start building this local community, even if it's putting them in groups on Facebook of like all of them together. For example, yoga today, all of them canceled on me. 7 people, all of them. And I still went and did the class, and then I met 3 people while I was there. I'm already there, I might as well, right? People are craving community and culture. And these Facebook groups, these local groups, every local community has them. Whatever it is. If your thing is knitting, join knitting groups. If it's being a mom, join mom groups. If you guys are not moving and you're not new to an area, you can still do this. If you're a military spouse and you're moving all the time, master this. If you can master building a local network wherever you are, that's powerful. I came to Denver and I was like, I'm going to blow this ish up. I was like, I've done this before. I can do this again. I can do it anywhere I am. I have that confidence now. But once you do it once, you can do it again. But again, don't wait for other people in your local area to start an event or to get people together to do little things. Even if 3 people show up, those 3 people, it could build their belief and it could turn into something crazy. And again, if you don't want to use these Facebook groups because you're like, they don't work, I've tried them before, I feel you. I used to feel the same way. But what I found is that when I really started to treat the Facebook groups like a business, is it's like opportunities. You guys, Zach told me. He told me over and over and over again, Sid, those Facebook groups, I'm telling you, those Facebook groups. And I was like, yeah, Facebook's for 65 and plus, right? No, I'm good. You guys, it's like, that's where the people who are looking for this are. Okay? So get creative. There's no right or wrong. There's no right thing to post. There's no wrong thing to post. get people together, be your awesome self, right? Share the solutions of Isagenix. We go to work so hard. We work so hard to overcomplicate Isagenix. How many of you can agree? Do you go to work? You literally find ways to make it challenging. That is self-sabotage. Stop that. You're limiting yourself because you're afraid of being as successful as you can. Just freaking go out there and say something. You're going to look stupid. The less you do it, the more stupid you're going to look. The more you do it, probably going to look a little better each time. So I just really encourage you guys, like whether it's Facebook, whatever's going to work for you. It's Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Instagram. Facebook groups have been amazing. So get in them, and what I would like to see, whether you post it in Team Easy, you message me, whatever it is, message me what groups you joined, what ones you had success with, and like share that with the group. Like interact in Team Easy and talk about what groups are working, what groups aren't, talk about how your meetings are going. Like that's what that community's for. That's what we're here for. That's why people want to be a part of this community. It's because we help each other, we lift each other up. You can all freaking do this. You can all, if I can do this, you guys can do this, okay? If I can do this, you guys can do this. No excuses. This week, no excuses, okay? No excuses tomorrow, no excuses till next Sunday. Then you can have an excuse. But this week, every single day of the week, do something in a Facebook group. Post something, provide value, add someone, message someone, something. Every day this week, one thing. And I can almost guarantee by the end of the week, you will have some sort of result in your business. Cool?
Good. Can I ask a question?
Yes, I was going to ask for questions. I know we just have a minute left, but I'm definitely down to do question.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of my team, and I'm curious what you would say if someone was like, I'm like shy or I'm reluctant to like branch out and meet new people. How do you get over that?
I totally get that because I was the same way. I was not an outgoing person. I was very introverted. I was very shy, brand new to a city when I started Isagenix. If you want to do this, you got to get over yourself and get over the fear and do it anyways. Oh, what the heck? Go for it anyways, right? Like feel the fear, lean into it, do it anyways. And after you do it once, you're going to realize that, oh my gosh, I didn't just get rejected. Oh my gosh, that person wants to have a friend too. We're not alone. When we're shy, the reason other people are not going up and talking to you is because they're shy too. But when you go up and allow that and let that permission happen with people, they're going to be like, oh, that person actually wants to be friends. Like you got to get out of your comfort zone, right? Like Zach talked about, you got to get out of your uncomfortable zone. You have to. And it literally takes being like, I'm so scared right now. I'm so freaked out, but I'm just going to do it anyways. With zero attachment to what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like. And if you're willing to do that enough, you build the muscle. And then all of a sudden you're like the most outgoing person where you go somewhere and you're like the mayor. Everyone knows your name. They know your coffee order. They know your order at the restaurant, right? You know, you're like, hey, John, how's it going over there? Like in the back, like, you know everyone. That takes time. It takes practice. But if you want to be in network marketing, you got to learn how to talk to people. You got to learn how to get out of that zone that is keeping you stuck. And it literally just takes practice. Cool. Any other questions? That was a great question. Any other questions? No. If you do, come off mute, but I don't think there are any. You guys, it was such an honor being on tonight. It was such a pleasure seeing all of your faces again. I feel like it's been so long since I've been on here. So thank you guys. I'm excited to hear about all the Facebook groups you guys joined and how that goes for you this week. If I can support you in any way, please do not hesitate to reach out. I kept you a minute over, I believe, but 2 minutes over. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. Good night. Bye.